In this diagram, angle T1 is equal to beta, angle N is equal to alpha, the length of Tn is equal to x, and Ms is perpendicular to Sn. We want to prove that the length Ms can be written as x sine of alpha sine beta, all divided by sine of beta minus alpha. You are using the same formulas. SOHCAHTOA, if there is a right angled triangle, sine equals opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent side over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. When none of these works, we have the sine formula as well as the cosine formula. So you'll need to study your diagram and pick the correct method to use. We should not be intimidated by the letters, the variables that we see there. Instead of those variables, we could actually have numbers. And so the same way we handle the numbers will be the same way we handle the variables. But one important thing to take note of, when they say prove or show that Ms is equal to that expression, you need to imagine that you are being asked to find Ms. So we are just looking for Ms, and our answer will actually be equal to this thing that is given here. So look at the diagram and study the diagram and come up with a strategy that you can use to find Ms. Your answer must look like this answer that you see there. So we're going to leave this answer there and find Ms ourselves. And the answer that we get should be the same as the answer that they get. Right, we will obviously process this question a little bit differently, but I want to start with focusing on Ms itself. I notice that Ms is in two triangles, triangle MST and triangle MSN. And I'm asking myself, what do I need in order to find the length Ms? So if I'm given that this angle is alpha, and I'm given that this is 90 degrees, the only thing that I need now would actually be to find Mn. Because then I would say, to find Ms, I would say sine of alpha is equal to the opposite side, which is Ms, divided by Mn. So I really need to find Mn. But in order for me to find Mn, I may need some other things as well. So maybe let's think step by step like that. So I'm saying in triangle MSN, sine of angle alpha is opposite over hypotenuse. So it's Ms divided by the hypotenuse, which is Mn. But remember, the question is looking for Ms. So this means Ms should be equal to Mn multiplied by the sine of angle alpha. I'll call this one my number 1. And so, like I said, the only thing that I need now is Mn, because I've got this equation here. I need therefore to stop and try and find Mn. Then I'll come back later on and substitute that expression here. So the second stage of the question is therefore to try and find Mn. Using triangle MTN. Right, so let's use triangle MTN to try and work out Mn. So I need to work out angle M1 so that I can use angle M1 in the sine formula to work out Mn. Right. I'll use the exterior angles in a triangle. Beta here is exterior to that triangle MTN, and there's a theorem that says the exterior angle will be equal to the sum of the opposite interior angles. In other words, angle beta should be equal to angle M1 plus angle alpha. The exterior angle is equal to the sum of the opposite interior angles. But I'm trying to find M1 here. So this means M1 is given as beta minus alpha. So that is the angle M1. And this is good to have beta minus alpha, because if you look at what I'm trying to get there, there is beta minus alpha there. So I'm happy that beta minus alpha is now here. But remember here we are trying to determine the length Mn, because this is the only thing that we need in order to find Ms. So now with this information, Mn divided by sine T2 should be equal to Tn, which is x, divided by sine M1. But we found M1 here. So M1 is beta minus alpha. So we put it like that. And what is angle T2? Obviously, T1 is beta. Therefore, T2 should be 180 minus beta, because this is a straight line there. So this is 180 minus beta. And we have Mn divided by the sine of T2, which is 180 minus beta. And all this must be equal to x divided by the sine of beta minus alpha. We can rearrange that now and find Mn. So Mn will be equal to x multiplied by the sine of 180 minus beta, all that divided by the sine of beta minus alpha. So there we are. I'll call this one number 2. We now know Mn. But we said in number 1 that Ms is equal to Mn multiplied by sine of alpha. That is what we said in number 1, which means we can find Ms. We will replace Mn with what we got up here. So this here, sine 180 minus beta, becomes just sine beta. All that is divided by the sine of beta minus alpha. So this is our Mn, and we are multiplying it by sine of angle alpha. Now, if you rearrange this so that it looks like the answer they want us to give them, we can write it as x multiplied by sine of alpha multiplied by sine of beta. All that is divided by sine of beta minus alpha.